I got to tell you that my hero of the week is Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr. Now, why? Because he seems to be one of the few Republicans who understand that if your opponent is playing tackle football, you best not pretend that you can compete and win by playing fantasy football in your recliner, okay? Here's what happened. Attorney General Carr saw that Fulton County prosecutor Fannie Willis, the politically motivated official who is the daughter of a former Black Panther, filed RICO charges against 19 people, including Donald Trump. Now, that means she had to contend that there was a conspiracy and racketeering with these 19 people. So, Attorney General Chris Carr pretty much said, "Hold my Bud Light and watch this." And he filed RICO charges this week against some real insurrectionists, 61 leftists who sought to stop construction on an Atlanta police training center by doing terroristic acts, and some for interstate money laundering to finance their criminal activities. The hilarious reaction by some Democrats who can't believe that Carr would invoke RICO charges on the Antifa anarchists is the very definition of both irony and hypocrisy. Folks, what Carr is doing is the only way to bring back equal justice in this country. Since we cannot count on the courts to be objective and just, and since our so-called Justice Department has become the personal toy chest of the Biden administration, and the FBI has sold its soul to the agenda of the Merrick Garland goose-stepping goon squad of the federal government, we're no longer able to play a paper chase game with court filings and congressional hearings. If a former president and anyone who ever talked on the phone with him or had a photo made with him are going to be subject to criminal prosecution, and like it or not, we're now playing a different game with different rules. Play a different and more gentle game, and plan on being destroyed as surely as a ping pong player would be destroyed by an NFL veteran who plans on body slamming his opponent right into the turf. I will not pretend that it will be pretty or polite. I won't. It will not be for the faint of heart. But when my wife and I attended a bullfight in Spain, be honest, we weren't expecting something that you would take a 5-year-old to watch. It was shockingly brutal and bloody. It's frankly not a sport I'd get a season ticket for. But boy, it was eye-opening, because it was an event about a process that is a part of the culture of Spain, whether more squeamish people understand it or not. By the way, I don't think a member of PETA would enjoy it at all. Pretty sure. Heck, I didn't enjoy it that much myself. But in the ring, it's a kill or be killed kind of activity. It just is. Either the matador or the bull survives. Both don't. What we're confronting in America is a vicious betrayal of the principles of equal justice under the law, fair and honest elections, and a media that simply calls balls and strikes with a blind eye to which team is at bat. And it's why Republicans like James Comer, chair of the House Oversight Committee, Jim Jordan, chair of the House Judiciary Committee, and Jason Smith, the chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, can't simply hope that their colleagues across the aisle will join them in demanding accountability for Joe Biden and his family, having set up over 20 phony companies through which at least $30 million of foreign money flowed like the Mississippi River at flood stage, and on which taxes were not paid. So much for the fair share that Biden preaches all the time for the rest of us. I don't know if you remember this, but Sean Connery said it best in the classic movie, The Untouchables, when talking about bringing down Al Capone. Watch.
If you open the ball on these people, Mr. Nash, you must be prepared to go all the way, because they won't give up the fight until one of you is dead.
I want to get Capone. I don't know how to get him.
Want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone.
That's the Chicago way. Hey, look, I wish we were playing a nice, polite game of checkers. But the Democrats have eliminated that possibility. We're playing tackle. And if we want to restore true justice and respect of law, we have to be prepared to do it the Chicago way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.